When I heard what they were doing and what lines they were talking about cutting, and then they didn't consult with the communities involved, and it just seemed to me that it was being kind of railroaded through without any kind of input from the public, and it's public transportation. So, and it was also, the 61s are the poorer communities. So, and that's people's lifelines to work and to school and to everything, to shopping. For my kids and my neighbors, it's access to and from work. It's access to and from the grocery store. I mean, one of the things that really disturbed me was that they were going to cut off one of the 61s going into the waterfront, which that there's Giant Eagle's there, Aldi's there. So if you were someone with small children, you would have to find another way to get there on top of all these transfers and everything else. I also didn't like the amount of transfers they were talking about people doing and not really thinking about how are people in wheelchairs going to do this? How are elderly people going to do this? I've gone and spoken at school board meetings before at Pittsburgh Public Schools. I write a lot of letters. So I was a little bit nervous because there was a lot of people that I didn't know. And when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to say, I kind of went to their website and I looked at their mission. And that really, for me, I was like, no, you're not doing that. No, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. The room was exciting being there because there were so many people, and I was so impressed with so many of the other speakers too, with what they had to say, and some of the things I hadn't known before that, and I didn't realize. I think it was Duquesne Heights didn't have bus service, and I know where that is, and I know what people were walking, and that was wrong. So I'm really happy.
I once was a single mother of an almost 2-year-old and a 7-year-old, lugging the stroller and a diaper bag, struggling to get on and off a bus. I was a woman you dread being behind when you board. And believe me, that woman dreads it too. When I think about the transfers and possible reductions of services, I cringe. Let's say she rides one of the 61s to go into the city to file paperwork for non-payment of child support. She'll try to be there when the courthouse opens, just trying to avoid waiting and sitting with her kids. They'll need to pack a lunch at some point, and she's downtown, and there isn't a lot of places to take a break for the lunch. On her way home, after a reverse of transfer, she might take the 61D so that she can pick up some groceries at Aldi's in the waterfront, then return to a stop, in addition, not with bags, in addition to the 2 kids in a stroller. If you do away with that route to the waterfront, what's the impact on her and her children? Food's a necessity. I know you're not in the business of raising children, but how do the changes connect her and her children to life? When I read through the information about the BRT and the proposed changes that will accompany it, I understand it to be driven by economic development. But economic development is not your mission. When you consider any changes to the existing bus routes, please remember your mission statement. Thank you again for allowing me to speak.
I've never been to a meeting that big with that many speakers. So. And I've never been to their board meeting, so I didn't know what to expect. But no, I think that it was well received. It was exciting to be there, and I was really proud of everyone and everybody's different opinions and making really good points. I'm really excited. I am so glad because. And I was surprised because I thought it was going to be something that was economically driven and just kind of go without anybody stopping and taking a look. But they did stop and save those bus lines, but also I guess I'm still kind of watching to see what else is going to happen. So, because I don't think it's done yet.